What's up, YouTube? This is good friend Leven, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 21st century Chicago house drum groove. Usually the tempo for this drum groove is 120 to 125 beats per minute. It has a swing of 55 to 60%, and the drum samples that are used are usually 707 or 909 samples. So I grabbed 707 and 909 samples from Contact, the library, and then I turned those samples into a wave. I normally like to start off with my kicks. I'll do the drum groove on the playlist. So on every beat, I'll put a 707 kick. All right, let's see. Let me take off the limiter. Drop this down. Probably drop it down a little bit more. All right, so and then I layer my 707s with 909 kicks. This is what it sounds like when you combine both of the 707 and the 909 kick. It's a little punchy. Next thing I do is I add claps. Then I layer them with 707s. Alright, the next thing that I do is I adjust the volumes. So I'm creating this drum groove for a 21st century Chicago house. When I first started making house music, one of the hardest things to do was to create drum grooves. So after I do my kicks and my claps, I start working with closed hi-hats. So let me just see what this sounds. I picked a few out. Let's try this one. So you know what? I'm gonna do the drum groove on here. on the piano roll, because I need to modify it a little bit. And then let me just place this pattern on here. All right. So yeah, this is my hi-hat drum groove right here. I'll fix it up a little bit later on. I might add a swing to it and fix the volumes on them. So after I'm done with the hi-hats, I'll add open hi-hats. And then what I do next is, so I'm just fixing up the claps a little bit. So that's, there's a little groove right in there. I'll add a tambourine. Slide this over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna fix the hi-hats a little bit. See if I can add a groove with the animation. Alright, right here we have a modified version of my hi-hats, my closed hi-hats. I might slide some of these over. There you go. See what it sounds like now. And then maybe I'll layer these. So that's my my basic 21st century Chicago house drum groove. And then you can also add something onto this, like let's see, what should I add? Like a rimshot, but I'll use a snare and a side stick to create that like rimshot effect. that's what you get right here. So you get this Chicago like drum groove going on, and then from here sometimes I'll just create bass lines or something. Let me see if I can do something real quick. I have this other sample right here. Let's see what it sounds like if I add it on here. You have this right here. Could eventually sidechain this, but let's see what it sounds like right now. And from there, I just kind of move on and maybe start like a different melody or something. Let's open up Serum. I'll put something on here. So let's just go with the preset real quick. I'm picking up a random preset right now. So there's something that I really don't like right now in my drum groove. It's the this right here. I don't like this. See, later on I can add the hi-hats, the open hi-hats. But I really don't like the 707 side stick and the 707 snare combined with the drum groove. So normally I would take that off, and eventually if I were to construct this this song later on, I would eventually add the open hi-hats later on somewhere in the mix. It's kind of how I start some of my tracks. Clone this, move that down, copy this, add that here. kind of like this one right here. Might use a different side chain on this one just to see what it sounds like. Alright, so I added two different side chains. This like, I'm using this as a sub, and this kind of more like a bass line right here. And this is what you kind of get. So if I take off the side chain, this is what you get. With the bass line side chain and the bass side chain, you get more of this sound right here. Eventually I would modify it a lot more, but yeah, so my I was just trying to show you guys how to do like a basic Chicago house like drum groove. These tutorials are more for people who are trying to learn how to make drum grooves, who have trouble making drum grooves. This is more for you guys. This is not too advanced stuff, pretty basic. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or other types of drum grooves that you want me to do, hit me up, send me a comment. If you like my content, just subscribe. I pretty much get back to you pretty quickly. I'm putting out more stuff sometime this year. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.